Hello Libra, welcome to your November 2022 tarot card reading and astrological horoscope. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jane, just to quickly introduce myself. So we are moving officially into November of 2022. October was an incredibly eventful month, and now that we are making a transition into November, after the eclipse on November 8th, things should start to sort of subside a little bit. Now for these readings, like we did last month, I have two different segments. The first segment is going to be a tarot card reading, which is purely intuitive, and the second segment is going to be an astrological horoscope. Thank you all so much for the amazing feedback that I received last month on those as well. And some people like to watch the astrology portion first. So if that's you, then you can absolutely click on that timestamp down below, and then you can go back and watch the tarot card portion after if you prefer. Now, you can watch these readings for your sun, moon, or rising sign, although just know that the rising sign is going to be a little bit more accurate in terms of all the house placements of the transits. Timestamps for each segment will be found in the description box and the comment thread down below for easy access. And also down below in the description box and comment thread, there will be information regarding how to access the comprehensive readings. So let's go ahead and get into this for the month. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in just a sec. Hello Libra, welcome to your November 2022 tarot card reading. So let's go ahead and get started here. I wanted to start off with a really intuitive deck, just to kind of open up the channel. So let's go ahead and get started for Libra for November 2022. What does Libra need to know for November 2022? Okay, Libra, I think you've done enough inner work. Okay, you've done enough inner work, and I know you've been doing a lot. And I think there has been a little bit of fear with allowing yourself to really shine and to stand out and to share in the way that you know you could share. And I feel that maybe Libra has been lacking in confidence. I'm not saying you're not good at what you do and you don't have confidence in what you do, but having confidence and knowing that you're good at what you do is very different from feeling really ready to really put it out there. And I feel like Libra is really ready to put it out there, and this could be in any area of your life. It could be in your career. It could be with your money and your investing strategy. It could be with love and finding an amazing partner. It could be with opening yourself up to an entirely new kind of lifestyle. But like Libra, you're ready to go, and I think you're going to start, and I look at these four kind of outstretched things, and I think that you're going to start reaching in multiple directions, and you're going to find success in every single one of them. I think Libra has been confined to a box for a very long time. I think really since 2018. It's been hard. Let's be totally honest with ourselves. When Saturn is in rulership, it kicks our butts. I'm not saying good things couldn't happen. I'm not saying you couldn't get promotions and move to new places and get married and stuff like that. You can still do that. But it's like there's just this weird energetic pushback. And I feel that when Saturn moves into Pisces, will that be an easy transit? No, but it's certainly better than having Saturn in rulership, being the most being the strongest planet in the chart every single day. I think Libra is ready to step out of this box and start. It's not even really about developing new skills. It's about knowing that you've already mastered so much, and now saying, "Hey world, look what I can do." I think Libra is ready to be in the spotlight. You're ready to be seen. You're ready to be appreciated, and you're ready to be. I don't know, it's like you're ready to actually be celebrated because of what you've done. I think the humility is getting old. You're getting tired of that humility. The Fool, exactly. This is what the universe needs from you, Libra. It needs you to get prepared for something incredibly new And it will be incredibly new, and it will be exciting, and it will be good, and it will be something that you will be happy about. There will always be hardships, there will always be things that maybe don't necessarily go perfectly and whatnot, and that's fine. I think Libra's okay with that. But man, oh man, oh man, I think Libra they're getting tired of the status quo, getting tired of the norm, tired of the routine. You've been getting tired of it, but you're getting pushed to the brink. And I think between now and March, which is 5 months, 5 to 6 months, as Saturn makes its way into Pisces and Pluto makes its way into Aquarius, between now and then, you're going to start making conscious effort to really put yourself out there in a prominent way. Okay, what's in the environment for Libra? What is Libra dealing with in the environment? Page of Coins, beautiful. The recognition is coming. The money is coming. The people are coming. All right? Everything's coming. It's on its way. Slowly, the page is not fast. And I think things will be slowly integrated into your life, all right? Meaning that people, it's not going to happen all at once. It's not going to be like this huge lottery win. It's going to be like you outreach here, you reach out there, you get this ball rolling, you get that ball rolling, this starts building momentum and that starts going, and you start bringing in income and you start meeting new people and making new connections. And it's going to be this very consistent and persistent period of growth. And with the Page of Coins, there's always learning along the way, as with the Fool. You do seem to weirdly be at some kind of a beginning point. And you may not realize it, because what it probably feels like is you may feel old. You may feel like everything is getting old. But that is the signification of something dying off. And when something dies off, something needs to be rebirthed. And when something is rebirthed, then you have something new. So there's this slow transition phase that is happening for Libra. Okay. Beautiful Queen of Coins. This is actually my favorite card in this particular deck. She's so beautiful. I love the way they portrayed her. 10 of Wands. There's a lot of faith with that Queen of Coins. That's what I always say with her. She is my epitome of faith. She is strong, and again, persistent is the key word for Libra right now. And consistent. Consistency and perseverance. These are the themes for Libra, without question. Because we know that as a cardinal sign, sometimes that heightened energy can die off very quickly. It's like go, 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 and then boom, you can have a crash. And I'm seeing that with the 10 of Wands, where this bird is officially carrying too much, so it falls from the sky. There's a falling aspect because you've burdened yourself with too much. That's why the slow integration and the slow process is so critical. All right, what else for Libra? Oh, a Knight of Coins. A lot of coin energies coming out, which signifies, again, it re-emphasizes, which I've already said, that slow, consistent growth. These two operate in completely different ways, though. The Queen of Coins is more concerned with what I always say, the environment. It's concerned with, I always use the garden example. I'm sorry, you've probably heard me say this a billion times, but it's such a beautiful analogy, right? You plant the seeds and you have to make sure that the sunlight is available and that they're properly watered and that the soil is healthy for the plants that you're wanting to grow. So for you, that's, your mental state, your emotional state, your physical state, and whatever else, your financial life, your relationship life, to make sure that everything around you is clean and proper and organized and structured so that everything can flow nicely, right? We want a well-oiled machine. And to know that through that well-oiled machine, that's how the abundance can happen, right? Because if you take care of the environment, the tree is going to grow in its natural time, and the fruit is going to grow in its natural time. But the Knight of Coins, in contrast, is about every single day doing something to continue to push the goal forward. There's a lot of action with the Knight of Coins. It's not just so much about faith and preparation so much as it is about doing and getting your hands in the dirt, doing what needs to be done. So when you balance both of these out, you have a recipe for massive success, and you're going to need that. I don't think it's okay for Libra to be disorganized right now. And as much as Jupiter coming back into Pisces in the 6th house, Libra, I get it. I'm a Libra rising. Okay, I totally get it. I know that having Pisces in the 6th house super sucks, right? Because we would love to pride ourselves on being organized and well put together. But the fact of the matter is Pisces doesn't really like that stuff very much. So we have to put extra effort into being organized and into being a well-oiled machine. Okay, we have to take care of the little things, as difficult as that may seem. Now, some of you are in a position where you can hire people to take care of that. For example, you can hire someone to clean your house. You can hire someone to clean your car. You can hire someone to do your bookkeeping. You can hire someone to do your marketing, right? Whatever the case is. And if you're struggling with keeping something consistent, you're going to have to find a way. You're going to have to employ, and I'm seeing an apprentice here, right? This is very much like an employee type of energy. Now, not everyone owns businesses. Not everyone can afford to do that. So I'm not suggesting that for everybody. But if there is something that you can do, like for me, I have landscapers because I have such a huge yard and I don't have the desire to go out and buy one of those massive commercial lawnmowers that I'm going to need to have, right? So I would rather just pay a landscaper to do my gardening for me so I don't have to worry about it, right? So even if it's something small like that, to make your life easier, to take something off your plate, because Libra, you have too much. And when you're trying to expand like this, when you're trying to reach out, and you're trying to really share who you are, you cannot be bogged down by all of these obligatory things. And I told you through Libra season to be very, very careful about the contracts that you get in. You don't want to overly commit to things because it's going to be really chaotic. And I think maybe some of you overcommitted and it started getting chaotic. And you started putting yourself in a position where it started getting hard. And when it started getting hard, you may have withdrawn. All right, but if you can alleviate even just a few of these things, because there's going to come a point where if you take one stick away from this bird, you take one, you take another, eventually that load is going to be light enough that it can start to fly again. All right, so just one thing at a time. It does not have to be done overnight. But that's something that you can focus on right now through Scorpio season. You can focus on creating a structure and in such a way so that the important things don't fall through the cracks. Like as a business owner, for me, I always struggle with the quarterly taxes, right? And I'm like, oh my God, and I never end up paying them. And then I pay at the end of the year and I have to pay more because I didn't pay the quarterlies, right? So that's probably something that I'm going to do is get the person to help me to get the bookkeeping in place so that I don't have to pay more in taxes every year. You know what I mean? So all that kind of stuff. So Queen of Cups. Let's pull out two more cards before I start talking. The World. And the Four of Swords. I love the Four of Swords as it pertains to just having peace of mind. And that may be a really important thing to establish throughout the course of November. peace of mind. Now we have the Capricorn card, Queen of Coins, and the Cancer card, Queen of Cups. Now, this is interesting because this is 10th house, 4th house axis for you. So there are a lot of domestic things going on at home that need to be addressed, and a lot of professional things that need to be addressed as well. And in terms of your public life, and I do believe that I actually think that 4th house energy, or for you Capricorn energy, is the most, like some of the most important energy that we contend with. Because if our private life is a mess, and if we're struggling in our private world, every other area of our life suffers. Okay, the 4th house is foundational. And when we have a rocky foundation, it's so challenging to build anything. So right now, I actually think Libra's focus is on the foundation itself. And over the past couple months, one of the big messages for Libra was about integration and properly integrating new things into your life. And sometimes it takes a while for those to take root. You know, like when you plant a new seed, a little sprout doesn't have very deep roots. It takes a while for those roots to get deep enough so that it doesn't become threatened by the environment. All right, so I think that the seeds that you've planted over the past several months, probably since Cancer season, when your 10th house was activated during Cancer season, right? Those seeds that you planted at that time, like they have started growing, but it's like really important now that you ensure that the environment, as we're moving into the winter months in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, in the astrological connection with the Northern Hemisphere, we're moving into those wintry months, and we need to ensure the security of our seeds. And so we need to like make sure that there's proper warmth and there's proper light and there's proper water and it doesn't freeze and it doesn't die off. You know, we have to protect the seedling. All right. And we have to structure our world around it a little bit. Now, the fact that the world comes out, again, this is a card that's ruled by Saturn, but it does indicate the ending. And we have the beginning and the ending here. And it's very clear to Libra, I think, that one phase of their life is very much over, right? That's something that you have been consistently doing for a very long time is starting to die off, and you're getting bored with it. You're getting agitated by it. It's starting to not serve you anymore, which is why all these new things are starting to come out, because the universe says, okay, yeah, you are ready for something new. You're ready to sink your teeth into something special and novel and something that has been unexplored by you in the past. So now we have Judgment. And we have the Three of Swords. And we have the Four of Wands. Okay, first of all, I'm loving the Four of Wands because it reinforces that notion of stability. It reinforces the notion of strength and deeply rooted things, right? Things being strong. Strong roots equals strong growth. That's what we like. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to have. And with Judgment, there are choices placed in front of you right now. And I like this because I like the artistic nature of this card, because we have like an angel and a demon, heaven and hell represented. So there does seem to be like a good choice versus a wrong choice. It seems to be clear cut and quite obvious. Making good choices, like you know what choices are good for you. You know what choices enhance the environment for the sake of the growth of these seedlings. You know it, and you know that you know it, and you cannot willfully deny it. Your body won't let you to. Your intuition, your spirit won't let you to do that. So this is about practicing good judgment. This is about understanding what's in your best interest and pushing past the fear and the stress and the anxiety and doing it anyway. All right. Now, if you have serious anxiety or clinically, diagnosed anxiety, depression, that kind of thing, I'm not telling you to like simply overcome or just get over it. I'm not trying to be trivial here, but I am saying that just because you may have those things, it does not mean that you cannot still grow. I think right now, more than anything, that's what Libra wants. And I do think being in the spotlight is a big part of that, because and I felt this for Virgo too, 3 of Swords, I feel like you've been hidden for too long. You haven't been seen, you haven't been noticed, you haven't been appreciated, you haven't been loved, and you have mastered your craft. Right? I'm looking at this swirl in the center and I'm seeing the energy of the sun. And these things here being the rays, right? That the sun has these incredible rays that are reaching out into the world and touching every corner of the world. And there's a far outreach. You're tired of being cooped up. I think you've been in a nighttime period for a long time. And you're ready for it to be daylight. And you want to step into the spotlight and you want to feel the warmth of the sun on your face, and you want to make a difference. I think that's really where it's all coming down to, is you want to make a difference. And with Chiron over in your 7th house, and I'm looking at this 3 of Swords while I'm saying this, Chiron over in your 7th house, you have been needing to heal a lot of the wounds that you have regarding relationships. And if you are in an established relationship or a marriage, I suspect there have been some really rocky moments over the past couple of years, really high highs and really low lows. But it is all for the sake of becoming whole, and relationships being the best methodology for that wholeness to be attained. But because it's in your 7th house, it is aspecting by opposition your 1st house, which has a lot to do with yourself and your own sense of identity. And I feel like Libra has really struggled with a sense of identity lately because of this Chiron opposition. Who am I? That's the question. Who even am I? And there may have even been a feeling of emptiness or a feeling of imposter syndrome at one point. I'm not saying all the time, but at one point or another. But you know that that's not a real thing. You know that that's mental. You know that that's in your mind. And so you're working now to really overcome a lot of that. And one of the ways to do it is to get out of your little box. You have to step out of the shadow. Like if you want to be in the light, you cannot cower in the dark corners, right? So that's what Libra is starting to do. And it's a beautiful thing, and I think the world is going to be a much better place because of it. All right, Libra. So now we're going to pull out the comprehensive clarifier. So for those of you who are new, we're going to pull out some cards, and we're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about these cards in the comprehensive reading. I don't want to do the whole spiel here, but please look at the description box in the comment thread down below for access options. There are a whole bunch, so make sure you choose the right option for you. Also, if you liked the reading, please subscribe if you're new here and haven't subscribed already. It really helps me out as a creator. And if you're on TikTok, I'd love for you to follow me there. In November, I'm going to start a new TikTok series. Should be really fun. And I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers on there so I can at least do like a live. And I'm going to start integrating lives onto my YouTube and TikTok as well. Okay, so it should be fun. November, December, I'm going to be trying some new things. So, all right, Libra. What comes through for Libra to clarify the Fool card? So we have the 5 of Wands reversed. We have Page of Cups reversed. And we have the Knight of Coins. So to clarify the environment, okay, I feel like these 3 here. We have the 6 of Swords reversed, another 4 of Wands, beautiful, and a Hanged Man. All right. So now to clarify the 9 card block, we're going to start with the Queen of Coins. We have the Hermit. Beautiful King of Swords. Fool reversed. Now for this 10 of Wands, for Libra for November. What does Libra need to know for November 2022? Four of Swords and Six of Swords. Knight of Cups reversed. The Moon and, wait, what card was this? I forgot. Knight of Coins. Excellent. Three of Wands. A lot of cards of prosperity for Libra. And I do mean actual money for many of you, even though that may not be the goal. May not be the goal, but it's definitely on its way. Justice. Ace of Cups, beautiful. Two of Cups. Another Judgment card. Strength. Beautiful Empress. We love to see that Venusian energy for a Venus-ruled sign. Now for Judgment, Two of Wands reversed. Hierophant reversed. Ace of Coins reversed. For the Three of Swords. Ace of Swords reversed, Seven of Swords. Tower. For the Four of Wands. Eight of Swords, Five of Swords. Page of Wands. All right. Just dropped the whole deck. There we go. So anyway, this is where we're going to pick up for you, Libra. So if you want to join, again, all the info in the description box down below. Thank you all so much. You know, I love and adore you. Have an amazing November, Libra, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, Libra. Welcome to the astrological horoscope portion of this November 2022 reading. Thank you all so much for being here. So November is, yes, it's a big month, but it's not as eventful as October was. But we do, like when we enter November, I have this clock set for November 1st. So as we enter November, we are in the middle of eclipse season because the first eclipse, the new moon eclipse, happened in Scorpio at 2 degrees of Scorpio on the 25th of October. And then as we make our way into November, here's the moon November 1st in Aquarius coming into this conjunction with Saturn. And then it's going to make its way into Taurus on November 8th, where we're going to have that full moon total eclipse conjunct Uranus. And it is exactly conjunct Uranus. Okay, now this is happening in your 8th house and the second house on October 25th. So these particular axes are deeply connected with let's go on the more base level, which is more self-worth oriented, and how self-worth is connected with money. All right. And when I say connected, it doesn't mean that our self-worth is dependent on money, but rather greater levels of money kind of blossoms out from greater degrees of self-worth. And the more value that we share with the world, the more likely we are to accrue greater financial reward. All right. So I do think Libra has a lot of money on the mind right now. And that's just inevitable given the planetary placements. You're thinking about your money and you're thinking about how to increase and how to grow. But see, this particular new moon eclipse on October 25th in Scorpio, it's kind of counterintuitive because I think Libra likes that though, because you are all about the two opposites, right, with the scales. So a new moon in general is the beginning of a creative cycle. But this is an eclipse. The moon is in fall. It's connected with the south node in Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about death and elimination. So how do we rectify those two ideas, creation and destruction, right? How do we do that? So it's really about creating through the destruction of the obstructions. All right. We have to embrace the elimination of certain things. And because this is second house, it is most likely your money blocks. And your money blocks and how they are tied into your money traumas or your self-worth traumas. Right? And if you have any issues with food or with possessions, like if you're someone who has a tendency to hoard stuff, although I don't normally see Libra and Ascendant, since Scorpio in the house of possessions doesn't normally compute. But either way, if you are someone that likes to collect or hoard, you may actually go through a purging process where you're like, all right, we're going to clean out this closet, or we're going to clean out this garage. We're going to, that would be a really good activity to do to eliminate useless or forgotten items. Get that rid of or make use of them again, recycle them, whatever you need to do, but to clean up the blockages. You may do that through contemplation. You may do that through meditation and prayer. You may do that through any means that you really feel is best for you. But you are eliminating blockages in how you relate to your financial life. And that may be deeply rooted into issues of self-worth and self-value, okay? And that may have been accentuated a little bit to begin with back when we had the full moon on October 9th. And I know I'm getting way back into October, but that full moon in Aries conjunct Chiron, that may have begun any issues of insecurity regarding the self, or any issues or insecurities that you have in any kind of partnerships, exposing those things specifically so that they can be eliminated through this new moon in Scorpio. And then when we make our way to the full moon in Taurus, which is conjunct Uranus, of course, there's a lot of shared resources that happens here. There are also a lot of obligations and legal, contractual obligations here, like things that you must do. And it is possible that you're getting out from under some of these things, right? It's possible that you are... for example, if you have a child with someone that you're not married to, and let's say that person is a narcissist, abusive person, but you are legally bound to have them be a part of the child's life because, that's how it works usually. It is possible that you could find a way to get out from under that and to free yourself from that kind of a situation or that kind of a relationship. Because that 8th house has a real heaviness to it, and it can often feel like we're being buried under by something. It could also have a lot to do with any debt that you have or any taxes that you owe. So if you are late with payments or working something out, or trying to figure out how you're going to pay your taxes or how you're going to pay off this debt or whatever it is, it's possible that you either find a way or you settle or a debt is forgiven or a loan is transferred or whatever the case may be. Even student loan debt could be included in that. I know Biden just did his whole rollout of something, so that could be included. So getting out from under that or finding a way to reform or work out a system that's manageable, that's doable, so it doesn't feel so restrictive. All right. If you are married, there could also be something going on with your partner's financials as well. If you're married or in an established connection romantically, there could be some interesting event that happens between the two of you that could either tear you apart if you are not healthy together, or if you are very healthy together, it could absolutely bring you much, much, much closer and enhance the bond that you share. I think a lot of the relations right now that Libra is having, it's going to depend. If you're not in a healthy situation, that unhealthiness will absolutely be accentuated. But if you are healthy, that is what will be accentuated as well. So it'll be an extreme of either. So there could be a lot of happiness that comes out of this season for Libra if you have put yourself in good positions. And also with Mars going retrograde now, this is happening in your 9th house. Now, I know that at the beginning of September, especially when Mars was coming into Gemini, and then we were having the activation of Virgo, there was just all this mercurial energy, and these were happening in the cadent houses 9 and 12. And these houses are really flexible houses to a degree. And I think Libra was really in this process of expanding because of Mars in the 9th. There was this, like, I gotta figure out a way to experience more. I gotta push my limits. I have to get out of my comfort zone. And it was this really itchy feeling. Like Libra literally could not sit still, because I think with Saturn coming through this 5th house the past couple of years, really since the very end of 2020 and on into the beginning of 2021, so all through 2021 and 2022 up to this point, I think Libra has felt very blocked in their creativity, and there's been a lot that they've wanted to do, and they've wanted to expand, and they've wanted to grow, and they've wanted to take themselves to new heights, but it was like there were actual real blockages, and maybe it didn't have anything to do with your mental state. Maybe it was circumstantial. Maybe it was someone else, someone you were connected to, or maybe there were just some kinds of other more important things that had to be prioritized over your own creativity. Maybe our creativity isn't always the most important thing, right? And so there were blockages there. And the blockage there, plus, now that that's kind of coming to an end, right? Saturn was going retrograde, but now it's going direct, and it's finishing out its transit in your 5th house. And when Pluto makes his way into that 5th house as well, this creative wave that I think Libra has always known was there within themselves, it's only now going to be truly expressed because Pluto brings out this almost obsessive quality. So now with Mars in the 9th, this has given you that opportunity. This has really opened the door for Libra and said, it's okay to expand. It's okay to always not be in your healing place, or it's okay to break out of your normal systems, or it's okay to, want more for yourself. And even though maybe wanting more for yourself up to this point has not necessarily always brought the more that you had originally intended, this is so funny. I just posted this little video on my Instagram today, and it was like a trick, right? So there was 2 cups turned upside down, and there was dog food in each one, and there was a dog, in front of the table. So in this cup, there was a single kernel of dog food. And in this cup, there was a whole pile of dog food. So they would switch it around, and let the dog choose which cup. Well, the dog chose this cup, and the person lifts it up, and there's just that single kernel. So the dog, eats it. It's all excited or whatever. And then when they lift up this cup and the dog sees this huge pile of food, the dog spits out that original kernel that was their original reward based on their choice, and is looking at this bigger pile. Or it's I chose the wrong one. It's yeah, you chose something and you got a kernel, and that was great. But why didn't you choose the cup that had the giant pile of kernels that would have been this massive reward? So I think that's what's kind of happening for Libra, is you're starting to realize that maybe you've been choosing the cups with only a single kernel, or a small reward. And Libra is now ready for the big rewards. And I think financially, it's a big part of it. Wanting to make the choices that bring in a lot of money. Wanting the choices where you feel really good about yourself and you feel confident and you feel empowered and you feel like you deserve to like be seen and to be celebrated and to be on stage and to be in this place of honor and recognition, and with all of this Pluto through the 4th house since 2008, I feel like Pluto has just been kind of drowning Libra a little bit. It's been like constantly forcing you to be in this private world, forcing you to go through this deep psychological process of healing and reinventing yourself. And, Libra has gone through a lot on their own, and I think you're ready to be like, I'm done with the healing, like enough. Like, it never ends really, but like, I don't want my whole world to revolve around that. I want to express myself now. And that's what Pluto is going to bring for the next 20 years. I actually think Libra is in a fantastic position to financially help themselves with this. Because we're going to see incredibly unique creations coming from Libra because of this. And with Saturn coming into the 6th house, you are going to disassemble, because I also think with Neptune in the 6th, the work ethic has been a struggle. Like, you may be a really hard worker, but have you necessarily seen the reward from that hard work? Because probably not, because Neptune is not about rewards. Neptune is about sacrifice. And I think a lot of Libras have sacrificed a lot in their work life, and maybe even sacrifice their health for the sake of work, right? But like, where's the manifestations? Where's the stuff that you actually really want? Where's the money? Where's the love? Where's the happiness? Like, where is all of that? And I think with Saturn, with Neptune in the 6th house, that's been a very difficult thing to come by. It's like, this is kind of like a thankless workhouse. It's like you work, but no one notices. No one cares. No one pays attention. It's like a thankless work. That's what I said, right? Thankless work. And now with Saturn here, though, when it comes in, Pluto's going to, I keep saying Pluto, I mean Neptune. Neptune is going to finish out his transit. I'm getting way ahead, but I'm just preparing you. You guys know how I am. I always get way ahead. I'm always looking at the future because it's like things in the present. We can't just talk about what's happening this week because it doesn't have context. We have to know where it's going. That's what I tell myself anyway. But so when Saturn comes in, now this is going to put you to work real hard, but at least there's something real with Saturn. Neptune, it's all like illusions. Like in the structure that you may have set up in your life, like, how has that really been working for you? How is that really working for you? But I think when Saturn comes in, he's going to clean up house and be like, okay, Libra, like we got to get rid of this, we got to get rid of this, but we got to implement this, and we got to do this, we got to do this. And this is going to be the structure upon which your career and your financial world you can actually work with this, right? You can actually work with this. You can actually do something and leverage yourself because of this. And when Saturn and Neptune officially leave that 6th house in 2026 officially, you're going to start to notice that you are really going to be able to grow based on the foundation that you laid out over the next couple of years. And because Pluto can be so obsessive, it's like you wouldn't have it any other way. And I think there can be a significant enjoyment in the creation. I like Pluto through the 5th. I'm not going to lie. I really do. I like it. It's also a very sexual transit too. It's very sexual, and you may embrace that aspect of yourself too, because I think with Vesta, I don't have her shown up here on the chart, but Vesta, which is an asteroid, which is deeply linked to specifically female sexuality, or the sexuality of the feminine, being in Aquarius and being conjunct Saturn. I think a lot of people are like, where did my sex drive go? I have no desire for that at all. Not everybody, but some people. Where did my sex drive go? And I'm not really feeling that. I'm not really enjoying that so much. But that's going to be leaving. And then Pluto is going to come in. And I think you're going to take new levels of desire and satisfaction with your sexuality. And sexuality and creativity are so inextricably linked because they both come from that sacral chakra. So there's something really beautiful stirring up for Libra and about to happen. But these eclipses are kind of opening the door for you now. All right. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much, Libra. I love you. I hope you have an amazing November, and I'll talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.